I think it can go on here. I'm about to say. Who's beginning now? Anita, now you send it to you. I love it. What is his son? This is son that bug me. If I be like I don't call you and tell you. 13 minutes. Sibaneka. God, it's bad, eh? What's wrong with that's who now actually they get out. It's all level what the quality I forgot for them but every day when you see also and they would be all there look in our face and all to see that.
Sure, 1, 2. Hello? Hello? Hello, sound on. Yes, I didn't have planning that. They're up now. Now, I'm out there. I didn't SABC them. But we keep space for me inside there. They're up the SABC place here. Sound long.
Where we on?
Prime Minister.
All true?
I did tell them, say, we don't. You go and split unit. You can put her because now they talk, say, civic though.
God bless you, sir.
Yes. They give SABC, we can a small.
Yes, go there. Outside broadcast.
Outside, yes. The manager of outside broadcast. They get the title.
Good morning and welcome to your breakfast program. Good morning, Sierra Leone, reaching you live from the Miata Civic Center. And of course, this program is courtesy of the Ministry of Civic Education, Ministry of Information and Civic Education, and of course, it's reaching you live on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation Television on Channel 31. Today, of course, we are reaching you live from the Miata Civic Center, and today happens to be the 11th day in December 2025. This program has always started with analysis and divergence of views and news and current affairs happenings in the country. We are your presenters. I'm Dennis Fazer, teaming up with.
I am Esther Sako. Our quote of the day comes from Albert Spencer, and it says, "The great aim of education is not knowledge but action."
Certainly so. It's always a food for thought for you, our esteemed viewers. And of course, you really have that to think about in as much as you're going through the month of festivity. It's always something to think about. Coming up in the program this morning, of course, today the Ministry of Information and Civic Education will host the annual National Civic Festival, and showcasing the ministries, departments and agencies worked over the years through the President's Big Five Game Changers agenda.
And preparations for the 2026 government was underway. Key questions remain about the plans of the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education to ensure that qualified candidates are able to sit the upcoming examinations. Well, on that note, that's how we invite you to participate in the program by sending your text message to the number displayed on your screen, or send your comments on our Facebook page, slbc.sl. The program is Good Morning Sierra Leone, live on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Stay with us.
Welcome back. The program you're watching is Good Morning Sierra Leone, reaching you live on the SLBC, and we are broadcasting live from the Miata Civic Center. Today, as you know, it's 11th December 2025. All roads leads to the Great U building in Freetown, where all ministries, departments and agencies, including international guests and other distinguished invitees, part of the ongoing efforts to bring the activities of the government closer to the people of Sierra Leone. The Ministry of Information and Civic Education, in collaboration with the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, will host the second annual National Civic Day Festival in Sierra Leone. This program will span from today, 11th December 2025, to, of course, Saturday, 13th December. Now, ahead of preparations and, of course, what are plans for this all-important Civic Day Festival, we've been joined by no less a person in the studio this morning than the Minister of Information and Civic Education. I want to call you Honorable Cherino Ba. Am I permitted to?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the program, Mr. Minister.
Thank you very much, and let me congratulate and thank SLBC for being live from Miata Civic Center to cover this event back to back. It's a fantastic day. The atmosphere outside is just incredible, and I'm so proud to be a Sierra Leonean. See, I'm wearing Sierra Leone right on my heart.
It's nice.
And just to be here with you all. Thank you.
And that's why you are wearing Sierra Leone rights at your art. We are also at the art of the Miata Civic Center, a place where, from distant dream, you've been imagining will be a place that will be for civics to citizens. How does it feel today? All of that is coming into a reality.
It's incredible. It's humbling. This is the vision of President Liu. I'm just humbled that he entrusted an aspect of it to me to bring to life. And I'm grateful that I have a fantastic team and the support of my colleagues in government across, from finance. And then why I would like to call it community, the tribe of people who support us, from development partners to businesses, local private sector people, everybody who is part of this, to my media friends and colleagues. You guys have done a fantastic job to help push us and drive us. And as you can see, we worked all night. We've been working all day. If somebody came here just 24 hours ago, it's a completely different building to what it is today. The assurance we give to people is that the vision of President Liu to convert Miata Civic Center to be a space for civic convening in Sierra Leone is a vision that will definitely come to life.
So let us know what the Ministry of Information and Civic Education will be showcasing in the Civic Fest today, the first day.
Civic Fest is about showcasing what the government of Sierra Leone has done over the past year. Every ministry, department and agency has a booth. We're doing development showcases all across. We've divided the showcases into 6 different zones. The Big Five and Love Salon. Our ministry as the host, we are the anchor of Love Salon. As you can see, we have a beautiful booth. We will showcase what we have achieved. You will see the things, you have a chance to win different things in our booth. And there's a bit of a competition, a healthy competition among ministries. Who I get better booths? Who I in booths more? Who I in development? They stand out the most, and I believe Sierra Leone is close contest between we at the ministry and my colleague, sister, the Minister of Technology and Innovation. I always say she has an advantage because to showcase technology and innovation is easier, right? It's but I'm telling you, she's also done a brilliant job. But the same as other colleagues, I've seen immigration, I've seen the police, I've seen the army, I've seen Fit Salon. everybody has put in a lot to come and show citizens. But apart from what they will see, citizens are also going to hear. Very soon we'll start a town hall in the main auditorium where we'll talk about who said we did on food salon and food security. We've got the Minister of Agriculture, the Minister of Fisheries, a representative from PICREF in the Office of the President. We've got a private sector partner, we've got the President of the Farmers Association. They're going to be talking in a public square. Citizens can ask questions. Young and old citizens can ask questions, tough questions and things like that, to say, hey, give us an account of your stewardship. And then at 2, His Excellency the President will be here. We'll do an opening ceremony. We'll listen to a South African legend, Babu Sumina, who is the head of the ANC's Veterans Association. He walked in circuits with Nelson Mandela. He was a revolutionary who fought against apartheid. So it's an incredible honor that these folks have decided to come to Sierra Leone. He will speak to us. I'll get a chance to host him in a fireside chat during the event, and then we'll listen to President Bill give. I assure you what will be one of his most impactful keynotes you've had yet, because he's got so many things he's doing in that keynote. He's launching the Daily Mail, which had gone bankrupt and out of business. We're bringing it back. He's launching Slena, which was the primary source of news for all of you. We brought it back. He's launching new policies that we have done. The first National Information and Media Policy, the first Records and Archives Policy we've had since 1960. He's bringing that back. He's launching the National Film Policy, the first we've had in this country. He's declaring National Memory Remembrance Day. It's a requirement that the Truth and Reconciliation Commission had said we should make January 18. He's making that proclamation today as a civic day. It's a big deal. It's a massive speech that he will give, and it will go down in history as one of the big speeches that he has given in his presidency, because it marked a moment in our civic progress. There's a lot of goodies that is packed, and tonight we'll turn to film. What members of the film industry will be here. We'll have a red carpet. We'll play 5 amazing short films, including one from our brother Idris Elba, the other one that we've done, New Face of Salwa. Fantastic. It's going to be played here for the first time. If somebody did a film and say no Salam premiere at the Civic Festival. It's a packed schedule, but a lot of substance, a lot of goodies for citizens, and the best news is this: it's completely free and it's open to the public.
So, Mr. Minister, of course, before cataloguing, of course, the very important statement the President, His Excellency Julius Madabe, is going to be making here at the Civic Fest today. Let's talk a little bit around your special guest, Mabu Simina from the South Africa's ANC. He's one. In fact, yesterday I was doing a little bit of a bio on him, and I happen to know that he's not only a freedom fighter, but he also teaches young South Africans nationalism. That's an aspect of nationalism. What do you think will be his package for the Sierra Leonean audience?
I had the privilege of meeting him when I was the Desmond Tutu Fellow.
Okay.
And he was brought in as a keynote speaker. When that man spoke, I got chills. He communicated not by his words alone, but by this testimony of his life.
Okay.
What it means to put your country above yourself, to fight for a cause that's bigger than yourself, to live a principled life as a public servant, to live a life that, to the extent that South Africa still calls him the conscience of the nation today.
Certainly.
That's the man that we're getting here. So for me, the Civic Festival is an opportunity to inspire the minds of young people to think about mindset shifts in Sierra Leone. How can we get out of this? Blame yourself, blame government, or pull each other around, but ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I sacrificing for my country? How do I become a good citizen? What does citizenship mean? What does good citizenship mean? So these are the questions I've asked him to talk on, and I'm going to try to tap into his biography a little bit to get that message out so people can hear it, because it's these kinds of things that young people hear that can inspire, hopefully, and we get really good citizens in Sierra Leone as well.
So talk to us about, of course, the statement by His Excellency the President. Of course, you were there on International Anti-Corruption Day. The Anti-Corruption Commissioner Francis Benkai-Fala made a very resounding statement, echoing the all, calling on Sierra Leoneans. That's I believe that is a bit of a civic as well. If you really have the moral conscience, we tend to glorify our religious activities in Sierra Leone. We tend to portray how much we really love God. He was speaking to the conscience of Sierra Leone. If you claim you love God, you really love God, one of the things he hates is corruption. Why can't you deviate from indulging in corruption. How do you feel the president's speech is going to tailor towards, speaking to the moral conscience of Sierra Leoneans today?
I think His Excellency is really going to tailor exactly to that. He's going to invite us to love Salon and to put that love into action.
To the Salon big pass.
It's good to say the country is bigger than all of us. It's good to see, and how you manifest that bigness is in the little things that you do. We nobody know the watch at that small corner, as the anti-corruption commissioner was saying. What do you do when the stakes are against you? What sacrifices are you willing to make for your country? To say, I'm for Tifia, I'm picking up no school. Why would I do that? And that comes from patriotism. That comes from the belief that I'm part of something bigger. And then I have a duty to myself, to my kids, to the next generation after. And I think that's what this is all going to be about.
Okay, so speaking of all the beautiful things that will be showcased in this year's Civic Fest, how inclusive will these years be? Because we're going to be showcasing all what ministries, department agencies have been doing, and also you made mention of what the president is going to launch. How would you ensure that it's inclusive for all Sierra Leoneans?
Everything that we do at the ministry, we really try to be inclusive. So first in terms of disability inclusion, the life sign language, we made out of our way to make sure we have disability voices. But as I said, it's open and it's free. We've made it open for anybody to come. Even if you can't access the auditorium, you can access the rest of the building, so you can see what government has done. Each booth, they have their own town halls going on. Some people have screens there, some people have different things happening there, different interesting things happening. And then we are also live on all the different platforms and services when we come live, all the stations, online, everybody, so you're part of it.
Mr. we know you are very busy and you are pressed for time. John, before letting you go in the program, of course, I want to commend your outfits this morning. You look more Sierra Leone. That's because you cannot, appreciate my tie as well. You look more Sierra Leone. That's your point. Good. So, part of what is going to be displayed in the various booths across Miata Conference Center this morning and the peripherals of the building. How is that really going to showcase the rich history and cultural heritage of Sierra Leone?
Good question. We've got an exhibition going on. When you walk into Miata, you will see a beautiful exhibition right now that looks at the past of this country. What we used to look like, what Freetown used to look like. And then as you come in, there's going to be different exhibitions happening about our country. The Peace Museum, the National Museum, they're all here. The Center for Memory. But we also have the U.S. Holocaust Museum to remind us of our violent past. We also have an exhibition that you have. There's a lot of richness here that you will see over the next decade.
Thank you very much for being
Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Well, viewers, the program is Good Morning Sierra Leone, live on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. You can be part of the conversation by sending your text message to the number displayed on your screen or send your comment on our Facebook page, swc.sl. Well, we go for a short break, and when we come back, we continue with the program. Welcome back. The program is Good Morning Sierra Leone, live on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, and you can be part of the conversation by sending your text message to the number displayed on your screen or send your comments on our Facebook page at SLBC Live. We'll move on to our issue as it has to do with education. In response to long-standing, the West African Examination Council introduced the continuous assessment scores system in 2021 to enable schools to upload candidates' grades onto the WIRE portal. While the system has been successfully implemented across other countries in West Africa that are participating in WIRE, many schools in Sierra Leone have been facing significant challenges in uploading CAS results and some pupils have been unable to sit the 2024 and 2025 government WIRE exams. As the preparations for the 2026 government WIRE are underway, key questions remained about the plans of the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education to ensure that qualified candidates are able to sit the upcoming examinations. Well, joining us in the studio this morning to talk on this, we have Sally Kamar, the Public Affairs Manager for WIRE, and also we have Alfonso Mandi, the National Coordinator for Civil Rights Coalition. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Okay, so Alfonso, we start with you. This issue of CAS, it has been an issue of discussion whenever WIRE exams are on the way. So as someone that has been advocating for this CAS issue, what has been the concern by these certain teachers? Because lately we heard from the Ministry of Basic Education that significant they will be penalized. Some principals will be penalized for not uploading the results of their candidates.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a whole process. But first, let the public know that this is legal according to the MBSSE Act of 2023. Section 31, subsection 2 clearly states that a pre-specified percentage of a West Africa senior school certificate examination final grade of a candidate shall come from his continuous assessment scores, what we call CAS. It tells you it's legal and it's part of the requirement for you to write the WAS examination. But there is a whole process. Firstly, for you to write the WAS examination, you must have passed 5 subjects in your Becker examination, including English language or mathematics. The second thing school must do, they must send all candidates who are to write the WAS exam for the Ministry of Basic Education to verify their Becker results. Once that process is done, the ministry will send to you those candidates that are verified, we call them cleared candidates, for you to upload those candidates into the WIRE portal system. It is critical for families and community to understand that if you fail to upload CAS 1, which is the CAS year 1, you cannot upload CAS year 2, you cannot upload CAS year 3, you cannot upload the BRS. Reason being, when you upload CAS year 1, the system will generate what we call reference number. It is this reference number for each and every GPU you use to access the system. So when you do not upload CAS year 1, which ends on the 31st of December, it means those candidates in your school will not write the WAS examination. On the part of the pupils, this is critical. On the part of the ministry, it is critical. What the ministry have done, recently the ministry have put out a press release calling on schools. If you know you have problem with internet, you know you have problem with computer, come to the ministry. Our IT officers are available, our staff are available, DDs are here, will aid you. On Saturday, all the 5 school turnouts. It's appalling. And the challenges we have in uploading this is schools in the western area, the western urban and the western rural. Last academic year, those principals who did not upload their CAS year 1, they've been suspended for 12 months without salary. And this year, for the very first time, the minister has gone on social media, put out a video encouraging schools to come, encouraging parents to ask questions to find out whether their schools have uploaded. And this time around, according to the minister and the chief education officer, the punishment will be if you fail to upload CAS, you will be expelled as the head of school.
You agree with me that the issue of this CAS has been a long-term issue whenever it comes to this WAS exam. So you have been interacting with these principals and heads of schools. Where does the problem lies with regards to them uploading the CAS from their pupils? Because most of the time you see most of these schools that are, you say they are government schools, they are the ones that fall short when it comes to uploading this CAS.
Government and government assisted schools. It's because of cultural integrity. Plain blank. And I will give reasons for that. You know what normally some heads of school do, because not all of them, I'm carefully choosing my words, some heads of school, they want to bring in candidates that are not eligible to write this examination. So this is the more reason why WAEC is saying now, as you progress from one level to another level, for instance, you progresses from SS1 to SS2, submit the grades for those people. So they will wait for them to get other candidates that are not within the school system. And most likely they get those candidates in January, February. So they will wait for those candidates to come and pay 1.5 million, to pay 2 million. Initially people are saying it is the WAEC portal that has problem. We prove to them that no, I have gone through the training. WAEC have trained me thrice on the portal system. The only thing that I cannot do is to input a PIN and go into the system because I'm not a head of school. Sadly, you too cannot do it. But how the system operates, we understand. The system is seamless, is simple. You follow procedure. You don't need internet. The only time you need internet is to download the software and to upload. But all what you do offline. So they will wait for those candidates to come in and pay, depriving those legitimate candidates. Not you if it is a computer problem. If it is an internet problem, the ministry, all of them, on Saturday, the minister was there saying, come and upload. We have computers. We have internet facility free of cost. They didn't come. Now what the ministry have done, they have cluster centers, they've paid those cafes. Imagine extra cost. So for you to go upload, they're still not doing it, which means they want to bring in ineligible candidates to come up. So that's the basic reason why they are delayed. Most of the districts in the provinces, they have done it 100%. Where the problem lies is the western urban and the western rural.
Now, Alfonso, in as much as we really know where the problem lies, you know, this issue about ineptitude has really landed us in a very precarious situation whereby we have over 66,000 of pupils that are on the brink of not taking this all-important exam. You know, like you were saying the other day, you had a hit. We are principals, head of schools, we are part of it. Day in, day out, efforts are being made, even from the government perspective, that of WAEC, but we still see the problem, the challenge keeps coming back. Where do you think, as Civil Rights Coalition, if you are to make a recommendation, one or two, okay, we now notice that there are going to be tough actions, especially from government, saying they are going to withhold salaries of heads of school, or even they will even face the sack. Is that enough to remedy the situation?
So what I would recommend to the ministry, let there be a committee at school level that have similar mandates, not only the principal. This is where the principal take advantage of such situation, because the onus lies only on the principal. Have a committee at school level to deal with class, where you have the board chair, you have the principal, you have 2 or 3 teachers that have the same responsibility to go into the system, demand for the information and upload. It is because only the principal have that responsibility, even though there are teachers who are concerned. The vice principal may be concerned, the board may be concerned, but because the onus lies only on the principal alone, it is when the principal thinks he or she can upload, he will upload. So let's have a committee system that have the mandate to upload. If the principal fails, the vice principal will, or the board chair will, as long as the data is available.
All right. Alfonso, the continuous status in the program is Alfonso Mali, the National Coordinator for Civil Rights Coalition. Now over to you, of course, Saliu Kama, Communications, Public Relations Manager for WAEC. This challenge is becoming an age-long problem, an age-old problem. From the WAEC perspective, what have been some of the challenges that have been advanced by these heads of school, or so-called principals, that are really putting the future of thousands of students who are eligible candidates for this exam at stake?
Yeah, thank you very much. Of course, we have been saying it year in, year out, telling the public that the system is user-friendly since its commencement in 2020 to 2021 academic year, over 5 years now. But during that time, most of Sierra Leoneans, we are blaming WAEC that we did not do enough training. But one thing I'm telling you is that these people, most of the school authority did not want to accept this continuous assessment issue, wherein you submit on yearly basis based on some of their activities that they have been doing. And when you look at that, as Alfonso has highlighted some of them, this system comes purposely to weed out those irregular candidates or those unqualified candidates that you are not going to school. Then at the end of the day, when you open the BRA, you come, you want to take the exams. And this system all come to cut off.
So are you saying it's as a result of them wanting to beat the system?
That's why most of them are still, now that it means that candidate was not the real candidate that they submitted continuous assessment from. And that system will not work. We are appealing. Let them don't do it. The moment you submit 10 candidates, Fatmata A come out with that CAS reference number, you cannot replay that Fatmata with ISATU no more, or else will bring problem during the conduct of the exam. And when result, WAEC cannot condone any changes in that nature. So now that we have opened the portal, of course we have commendable efforts that they have taken. When you look at the statistics that we have, most of them have uploaded. For last year, statistics, we Kailaon, of course, we have got all the schools that uploaded last year as SS. So when you look at Kenima, we are expecting 7 schools more for last year's statistics, what they uploaded. And of course, Kono again, we have got 100%. Should we have new schools, of course, we can accommodate them in the system. So when you come to Northern region, Bombali, of course, 100% for last year. Cambia, 100%. Those that submitted last year, all of them have submitted again. Then, of course, Kwenadu, we are expecting 2 schools more that submitted last year. Putloko again 2. Chonkolili and Karin, of course, 100%. Then Southern region, we are expecting 1 more school. Then Moyamba, also we are expecting 1 more school. Bond, of course, 100%. Then Pujon Nil. Then Western area, we are expecting 59. So we don't know for the new school, that's based on last year's record that we have.
So is it Rural and urban combined?
Of course, Western and Western.
Okay, Sally, I'm afraid we have to hold you there. We'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the program.
What's your life in a long school?
Welcome back. The program you're watching is Good Morning Sierra Leone, reaching you live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation Television. And today we are broadcasting at the top of the Miata Civic Center, and this program is
responsible to register. But since if schools authority default, at the end of the day, we have to also get pressure. The ministry perhaps will come in, hey, WAEC, how can you do? Can you please extend the portal? When this portal we are not hosting it here. So that pressure will also mount on us. Then at the end of the day, in case the portal is not open, later they will come back to crowd in private ones. And that is also another pressure.
Can you please talk us a little bit on the ICT infrastructure around this portal system you're talking about?
Which kind of system?
Like the digital infrastructure, like where is it being hosted? What are some of the interfaces in it? And
okay, WAEC, of course, comprises 5 member countries,
certainly,
wherein we work as a unique entity. When we have anything here, the same with Ghana, Nigeria, Gambia, and Liberia.
Okay.
So this portal system is being hosted by headquarters of WAEC International. So wherein when we want our candidates to register, we request from them based on the CEO, who is the registrar to council, and he gives the directives. Then at the end of the day, when it closes again, we cannot even request to open it unless the government perhaps go through the same registrar. And that was really what happened last year again.
Okay. Good. Alfonso, I believe you've heard from Salim. As precarious as the situation is now, we remember the last time you launched a campaign going to schools, marketplaces, of course, raising awareness even of parents to know that they should urge principals and heads of schools to really adhere to this portal system that most often than not is causing a lot of candidates or pupils to miss out in this public exam. What approach are you going to employ differently this time around?
Thank you very much. The approach we are going to employ different is simple. One, we must ensure that we punish defaulters. To prevent this from happening, this is why we've suggested to the ministry in the meeting where all of us are to have cluster centers to get the DD to ensure they mandate schools to go and upload. Now, it's not only using your school facility, you are now under mandate to go to those cluster centers. And we have also put out a release to parents. Go to the school and cross-check. If you know a particular school your ward or child is attending has not uploaded, mount pressure on the principal, mount pressure on the old people's parliament.
Welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Sierra Leone, reaching you live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation Television. And like we've told you, we are broadcasting today live from the Miata Conference Civic Center, the top floor of the Miata Conference Civic Center. And of course, this program, is a breakfast program reaching you every day on the SLBC And as you know it, today the start of the Civic Festival, the Salon Civic Festival, hosted by the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. And of course, a lot of ministries, departments and agencies will directly engage, because this program provides a platform for ministries, departments and agencies to directly engage with citizens on some of the activities and of course on some of the very important things to do, and so far as providing public awareness to them and to engage them on their civic duties as well. Based on that particular aspect, we've been joined by the acting director of fisheries in the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, and the president of Sheikh Hussein. Good morning, Mr. Sen. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, President.
All right. Of course, it's a pleasure having you in the studio this morning. We saw the magnificent booth you erected, and of course you've been showcasing some of the rich marine resources, biolife, and of course the potential of Sierra Leone's marine sector. What are some of those, if you are to paint a vivid picture or a mental picture in a man's eye for our esteemed viewers?
Well, the fisheries sector, the marine resources sector, is very important for our national development. We, as a Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, are responsible to ensure they have fish available in the market for the people and at affordable cost as the first policy objective. And then we are also a revenue generating ministry. We generate revenue every year into the consolidated revenue fund. And so those key issues, making food available, is aligned with the feed solution. That the ocean is very important within the sphere of the blue economy. And so the Ministry of Fisheries want to ensure that we have sustainable food production. We produce about 250,000 metric tons of fish every year for our people to consume. And also some portion of that is exported. So 40% of 250,000 metric tons is landed for sale in the local market. We work with the small-scale fishermen that produce fish almost on a daily basis. But we cannot just continue catching fish throughout the year.
Certainly.
We have observed a period of 1 month for close season where we close the waters. It's like a maternity leave. Very soon in February, we'll be having maternity leave for the fish, for the artisanal sector.
Okay.
Those ones that are in the small canoes, nobody will be allowed to go and fish.
Okay.
For the industrial trawlers, the mechanized trawlers, every April, we have maternity leave for the fish. They stop fishing and they allow the fish to grow. The reason for that is because we want our children yet unborn to get more fish to eat in the future, but also to ensure that we are generating sustainable revenue. You know, in 2023, for example, we generated over 120 million new loans. In 2024, we generated above 150 million new loans, and this year we are hoping to generate over 170 million new loans. We can even generate more. In fact, the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources has been thinking about reforming the license sector where people can catch fish. I mean, people can pay license based on the quantity of fish they catch. That is actually what the international norm obtains. We call it sustainable fisheries. At the moment, people pay license based on the size of the vessel, which we call gross register. In the future, we are in the preparatory stage. Hopefully, by 2027, we'll start to implement a reform license system where people can pay their license based on how much fish they catch. So what that means is that the fish will remain in the sea, we sell it. So within the first quarter of the year, government already has the revenue from the fish resources, and they can plan and allocate it for the various aspects of governance, including free quality education, healthcare, etc., etc. So we, as a ministry, are interested to ensure we have enough fish for our people to eat, which is aligned with the fish salon. In fact, we developed a standalone strategy for the fisheries and marine resources sector. We call the feed salon strategy for the marine resources sector of Israel.
Okay.
That one is actually highlighting what we can do within the next 5 years, in the short term, and even beyond 2030, what we can do to ensure that we have enough fish in the market. The price of the fish must go down. We know we are challenged with a lot of factors. You know, fishing is input and output issue. Fear, people have to buy diesel, petrol to go out fishing. Now diesel price is up. So what can we do? Since we don't have control too much over the diesel price and the petrol price, we have control over the quantity of fish that can come into the market. So we put mechanisms in place to make sure that we have enough fish. And now, as I talk to you, our fishermen are happy, the trawlers are happy, because Sierra Leone has now become a famous country within the sub-region in West Africa, and within Africa, and even internationally. A lot of people want to come and catch our fish. We have to be able to limit the number of fishing vessels, because we cannot open it for everyone. Most countries have declined their fish stocks. Ghana, they don't have much fish. You know, even within the European Union, they don't have much fish. So the fish in Sierra Leone has become a global commodity. What we are doing is to ensure that we conserve it, we manage it and conserve it under the United Nations the SDG, Sustainable Development Goal 14, life underwater. We have to ensure the sustainable management of the oceans and seas. So we are doing all that together. But the infrastructure is also key. And that is why the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, with the help of our president, who negotiated the $55 million grant from the Chinese government to develop a fish harbor in Sierra Leone for the first time. So as I talk to you, government has made their own counterpart funding. The roads are being constructed, the water facilities being constructed now at Lake Johnson, and electricity. All that is going. And the Chinese engineers are here. They are mobilizing all the materials for the construction of the harbor. The barges, the dredgers are on the way. We have named the fish harbor as Julius Maada Bio Industrial Fishing Port. Why? Because Maada Bio was the one who actually promulgated the maritime establishment. If we have the oceans today, that we can say this is the area that belongs to Sierra Leone, is Julius Maada Bio when he was Secretary of State. So we try to immortalize it by naming the fishing port as Julius Maada Bio Industrial Fishing Port.
So Mr. Say, today you are part of the Civic Fest. What exactly will the ministry be showcasing to members of the public?
The first thing, in fact, as I leave here, maybe at the end of the round table where our minister will be present, we'll be going to mobilize fish from the cold rooms. They are going to bring consignment of fish. If you want fish, you want to buy some cartons of fish, they'll be available at our booth. At affordable price. We have a list now. I think people have given us list. It's over 500 cartons of fish already. The Sierra Leoneans, just the normal Sierra Leoneans around the UE building, those who are coming to the festive, to the Civic Fest, they want fish. Yeah, so we'll be bringing those fish frozen, and they'll be available for sale, affordable, like lower prices. Well, there are various prices. You can buy what you can afford. It's all about purchasing power parity. If you want to buy barracuda, it's more expensive. Fish is not cheap. Yeah, for example, if you want to buy lobster, you pay more money. Yeah, the Chinese and the Koreans are living longer because they eat what we call the guangguan. They are croakers. Yeah, so the croakers are more, they are lean fish.
So that's a determinant for longevity of life.
If you want the croakers, guangguan, if you want guangguan so that you can live more than 100 years, if you eat guangguan throughout from now, you live more than 100 years because there is very low cholesterol. So we have lean fish that will be available. If you want crocus, it's good fish. Guangguan will be there. We have shine nose. We have barracuda, grouper, all kinds of fish will be available for sale at the booth. So, but the only thing, we don't want to display it when people are not ready to buy them. They will come, they will be in the cold room, and then they will bring them as it is requested. So that is one thing we'll showcase at the festival. The next thing is to showcase some of the things that we have done for the people of Sierra Leone to ensure that we can conserve our fish resources. There will be a display of aquaculture. You cannot just continue catching the fish in the ocean. You have also to culture the fish, fish farming. So there will be some fish farming sector to entice people, the public, who are interested, but we'll also showcase private sector investment in the fishery sector. People who want to come and make glass freezers, people who want to make fishing nets. By the way, we want to replace 10,000 canoes, wooden boats, so that we can contribute to the climate change mitigation. People can stop cutting the forest to make their boats.
So what are you placing that with?
So there is an incentive now for private sector investment to build fiberglass boats. We are getting a lot of interest, that are being shown by various people from Asia and the Americas. So you are also open to go to the industrial fishing harbor,
All right.
the Julius Maada Bio Industrial Fishing Port
Okay.
at Black Johnson, and have your coastal
Thank you.
facility.
Okay,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you very much, Asheko.
Esther, I don't like guan, but I like shrimps. I hope it will be. It's
Yeah,
tough
shrimp.
for me.
That's you should answer
You can
that.
get shrimps.
Oh,
If you
okay.
want shrimp, put in for shrimps. What
Definitely.
we don't want is people to bring the
ones for
fish. You know, some Sierra Leoneans
requested.
want the fish free.
Okay.
We told them fishing is money. You have to go and get the fishing net and everything.
Oh.
If you
Okay.
want shrimp, we order for shrimp, and you can buy shrimp at lower price.
Thank you
Okay,
very
thank
much.
you very much.
Acting
Ekuse
Director.
is the acting director of fisheries at the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, and she has been taking us to what they are going to showcase in this year's Salon Civic Fest. Well, also in the studio we have been joined by Madam Augusta James Tema. She is the Minister of Sport, and she will also be taking part in this year's Civic Fest. Good morning, Madam Augusta, and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, and thank you for hosting me.
Okay, so first of all, tell us what's your impression of the Salon Civic Fest?
I'm very much excited this morning. As you can see, I'm here already. I've gone around and I'm so exclusively involved in the preparation. I have not actually left it in the hands of people, although they can do it, but I'm around to see that it is done properly, that we showcase what we have adequately and accurately. And so, I mean, this particular program is really one that one has to reckon with, because it's a program that is taking us to not only to the citizens of Sierra Leone, but to the world, to show how we as ministries are collaborated, united, and work towards the development of the nation and bringing us closer to the people of Sierra Leone to understand what is happening in our various ministries. That's, I think, it's a bingo. It's a big deal. And we have to emphasize the second edition is here, and I'm so thrilled, I'm so happy that it's gonna continue, because it means a lot to us Sierra Leoneans.
So myself as the presenter, I would want to know what the Ministry of Sport will be showcasing. Would you be seeing players wearing their boots and all dressed? Is that what we are going to be seeing?
Sure, you will see that, because
Okay.
we, as you know, we fall under the human capital development, though we are doing a little bit of employment for youth and job opportunities for youth, but specifically we fall under that, and we would like to showcase the different sporting disciplines that we do have. It will be on screen, it will be physically as well. As you go down, I think Frances was there, you see some of the sports associations are already here, some are dressed already, ready to perform. You will see them perform in the various disciplines that they belong to show people that sport is life, and sport can be a way of getting yourself involved positively in the society, helping you to live a healthy life, and helping the government of Sierra Leone as well, our government, to develop. And we have a lot of youths that are engaged in it, and these youths, I want to tell you, are youths that do not take drugs. They don't have time for that, because sport and drugs are incompatible. They cannot work, and so they are focused. And that is one way we are drawing the youths away from the vices in society, especially drugs. As you know, we are battling with kush now, which is terrible. But I want to vouch that our sports youths are not involved in kush because they know it's not helping them. So that is what we want to use. We want to get more people to understand this, and showcasing this like we're doing now will make the parents understand and people in the community understand that one way they can get their youth within engaged positively is to be involved in sport. And we have laurels to showcase as well. The many laurels that we've won are going to be showcased so that people see that our youths are really gaining from what they're doing. They enjoy it and gaining from what they're doing. And government support is making them go to places where if it were not for sport, they would never have been there.
All right. Oh, so, Madam Augusta James Tema, of course, you as a big enthusiast of traditional wears, I hardly will not see you in your public outings not putting on the traditional wear. I was really wanting to ask the question because, like for our other sister nations, Ghana, for example, they incorporate their African wear, the kente, to their national sports outfit. Are we going to see a situation where, for example, the Conti cloth here now we are being incorporated to our national sports kit?
It will. I don't want to surprise you, but even the wear that we are putting on today is traditional.
Okay.
Because sport and tradition, culture, and tourism do work side by side. Okay. You know, because sport is part of our culture, and so we have to inculcate all the things like our way of living, our way of dress. And so today we don't have the t-shirt, but we are having something like African and showcase of dress. And the cotton is one that we use in Sierra Leone, and we have used the green, white, and blue cotton to show that nation is first, Sierra Leone is first, and whatever we are doing here is because we belong to Sierra Leone, is because we love our country, and that is why we want to make sure that things happen in the positive way, and whatever we are doing, it's the nation that we're putting for. So we are in green, white, and blue today. So it's more surprise for you.
Let's also hear your thoughts, because you are one minister I so much admire. Being the very first female sports minister as our nation has had. Let's hear some of your success stories, your remarkable achievements so far as your tenure as the Minister of Sports.
Thank you so much. And before I begin, I just want to thank God for this opportunity given to me, and to thank God for laying it in the heart, on the minds of the president, our president, and Brigadier retired Julius Madabio, for appointing me as the first female Minister of Sport. This is something that has gone far, not only for Sierra Leone, but it means a lot for Africa and the world at large, because people see sports as a thing for men. But I think we are actually trying to educate them or to prove them wrong, to show that sport is meant for everybody. And as long as you can thrive in it, you should be given the opportunity to do a lot. Yes, I don't think this interview will be enough to say all I have to say here, but I will try to say an highlight, yes. And in the first place, when I came into the sport ministry, there is a great gap between the authority and the Ministry of Sport. And they were not even seeing, or we were not even seeing eye to eye. There's no way we can come together and even discuss issues. And there's no way we can thrive, we can develop if we don't come together. So I tried to bridge that gap. I was able to talk to the NSA and the people at the MOS. I said, this is not about fighting. This is about collaborating, bringing us together, because we have the same aims and objectives.
Certainly.
The National Sport Authority is implementing whatever activities we plan to implement. So they are the implementing agency. We are policy makers. And if we do our policies and there's no agency working, then we'll fail. So the gap started, reducing, and of course, we reach a point where in even meetings, we are always there together, planning together. So, Madam, but definitely, that is just one thing. Okay. And you must have heard about the laurels. I mean, in various.
Speaking about laurels, I just wanted to budge into that just before Esther comes in. Of course, under your tenure, we've seen the female national team has really been brought home very remarkable laurels in the honor of Sierra Leone, flying the white and blue very high. Is it a feather to your cap?
Very much. Not only to my cap, but also to the cap of the president and the people of Sierra Leone, because we are fighting for equality and equity, gender issues. And it's gone that we should always think that we as women don't have any place in society. And that is what the female team has done, not only in football, they've done that in cricket as well, they've done that in gymnastics as well, and many other sports, to show that if they are encouraged, we can work side by side and do the needful to develop ourselves as individuals, the country in which we find us, and even our family and communities, and the world at large. Because some of us, when developed to that level, we may have people that may IMAC or see us and want to promote us and give us better facilities. And this is what I am always emphasizing, that we showcase what we have. And that's the reason I'm emphasizing that national competitions must be held and policies must be made that will be guide. Because if we don't have policies and we don't have the proper instruments to use as a guide to lean on while it's working, then it's a pity that we may make mistakes, and those mistakes will not be good.
So, Madam Tema, we cannot let you go without us asking you with the present status of the National Stadium.
Oh, yes.
Because we cannot talk of sport development without including the National Stadium.
Thank you very much. I am so pleased that you are asking that question, because there is no way we can thrive in sport if infrastructural development is near. And that is why we are grateful to our president in the first place for making it work for the rehabilitation of the stadium. It's a $40 million project, and it's funded by the Chinese people. And today, I must confirm again, we've done it before. And by the end of the year, at most probably first week or second week in January, part of the facilities will be handed over, like the practicing ground, you know, the courts, you know, the hostel, the swimming pool. They will be handed over for our use, because it's the first and the standard stadium that we have in this country. And we are starving as a Ministry of Sport, because we want, yes, financially is one, but even technically, because this is a particular facility that gives us the opportunity to do the needful to improve on our performance in different sports, you know. And if it is not handed over to us in good time, it's you know, starving us in a way. And also by the end of next year, the seats will be installed. You know, it's really an international criteria standard for us to have seats installed.
Now, this conspiracy theory that the stadium, they are struggling to install seats because the facility is not too strong to accommodate.
Yes, before this time, but it's been addressed now. That's the reason why we say
thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you
Augusta James Tema, the Minister of Sports in Sierra Leone. Of course, as a E4C champion, I'm always excited to speak to, of course, women that are doing remarkably well in public positions. But that's where we do the cuttings into this edition of your breakfast program, Good Morning Sierra Leone, which came to you from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, and of course at the top floor of the Miata Civic Center, and of course on the backdrop of the second Salon Civic Festival that is on the way. We will soon join the hall for the live program. But before we do that, we must, of course, remind you our quote of the day, Esther. And of course, we also remind you to be part of the program tomorrow. This program was produced by William Wise, and many thanks to our studio technical operators, our men at New England Villa control room, and to the rest of the SABC crew. I'm Dennis Friza. This program returns tomorrow.
I am Esther Sako. Stay glued to a public broadcast at the SLBC if you can. Bye-bye. Viewers and listeners, now so we welcome you to a special edition now Salon Broadcasting Corporation, as today the Ministry of Information and Civic Education they hold the Salon Civic Fest. When I program when they make every year for ensure say then bring the government come to the people them. So within our Miata Conference Center right now, and my company Mohamed Simikoma there with me for ensure say we take on around for see what they go on at the Civic Fest. So Simbi, what do you get for us?
Yes, of course, na pleasure for get me. Just as you don't start for introduce, but now not to Miata Conference, na Miata Civic Center. Of course, na pleasure for all day today. SLBC as always, you know, so we did now for give the news. And from way back, as you see, Esther Sakoda introduced, we get a lot of ministries, departments, and agencies where them all they showcase waiting actually them don't they do over time. Now we front as we go Esther Sako, now the National Minerals Agency, and same way so the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources, where they showcase waiting of course them get Esther Sako.
Yeah, exactly so. And viewers and listeners, we go for ensure say we talk to people them. Would they show as we see now the camera, they display different things them from the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources and the National Mineral Agency. And we know say that one day in a body we go for the showcase the natural resources them where Salon gets. Well, we go try for talk to the people where they around, so then go try for tell we waiting they can display now the Civic Fest today. Would I be able for talk to?
Welcome to SLBC. These are just on the spot. We do to live inside this particular civic day. Now we soon don't display a lot of things. One will not able to understand what's in the minerals they are waiting before we. So take me through as the expert.
My name is Ibrahim Jallo. I'm the enemy. I'm a geologist. Then why are we on a season rocks them? We can call locally in with local Creole stone them. So in the country we get different stone them or different rocks, we get different minerals. Like that one they we read so than in the bauxite. That one they we read with this with the shine so than in the iron ore. And from that they process we get the final product of the iron product they will get. That one they we get them pan them, the zinc and the aluminium product. This now kimberlite dye, the stone where they get diamond in them. In just na this na in the mine na Koindu. This na in the mine na Lunsar presently as the iron ore. This na chromite, so them be the mine, but they don't stop for mine them. They be the mine during the 70s. So these are rocks and these are minerals over here. So we display the rock, that's the source, side the mineral layer come on, where we geologists and the rock, and these are the minerals. These are the various type of minerals we don't be start processing. This na lithium, we end product and the user and then lithium batteries na car and solar panels and other lithium products. This na the hematite schist who don't begin produce, who don't begin process. This na coltan, we end product with the user there with technological gadgets like phone, computers, plasma, and chips, and they use them for make chips. This na the bauxite started for the process. This na the rutile where they already don't separate from the other one there.
Okay.
Then this na the iron ore who don't begin process also. Right? Now in this. Then this na the tin ore who know the mine presently in large scale. Inside artisanal miners them in small scale and the miner. This na zircon we associated with rutile, where they hold the mine presently. This na chromite, just as I tell you now, not the mine chromite, and this na ilmenite associated with this. So now from here, Salon as a country they get money from the mineral sector.
Okay, so
from here, where people they mine this, they process them, so then they will pay taxes to government, which of course we call royalty, where we all the benefits from.
So how important you think say this Civic Fest be for owner as a minister as a get platform for showcase them, find things their ways along get?
Well, it's very important because people the knowledge on with mineral resources, I go say is small, so man, and not even know waiting and they talk. Some man it just they say, then say, then say, then say. So if the person come and ask with the people that we know, we go able to explain to them for they able to understand. So this now one way we will able to showcase what we get and the value of them. So people go able to know tomorrow when they talk, waiting and we get. So then they talk from an informed point of view.
Mr. Jello, among all of them things there for the ordinary man, it would just be saying are just kind of stones.
Yeah.
Where they encounter initially, and even that kind of description, Mickey.
Yeah.
So among the wire all, which one will get that kind of value where they give more Sierra Leone or help Sierra Leone economy?
Well, presently all the minerals here they help Sierra Leone because they all get big company in them. Like the bauxite, we also get the CTC where they buy Polokoya, where they mine, where they employ people. You get Vimetco where they Moyamba, where they mine, where they employ people. Like for the Sierra Rutile, we all know about Sierra Rutile since we're born. Indeed. Then we also get other company there where they mine the same product as Sierra Rutile. So imagine all them people and they pay tax to government, and they create employment where also government they able to get tax from. Where we are then in charge of precious mineral like diamond, like gold and other sort. So them then at the other side where then they display them because it very precious.
Indeed.
People will just come and grab them.
Indeed,
so then they host all the one and then a Salon Bank.
Okay.
Where we all know say that they secure and then the volts.
Okay.
So presently then they over this way other hand, where then they display the diamond and the gold.
All right.
And the other.
Well, plenty thank you, Mr. Jallo. Na nice meeting. We go look forward again for talk to you later.
Yeah,
and name na Mr. Jallo, we're a geologist na the Natural Mineral Agency. Greetings, mommy. First of all, I'll leave you with my colleague. Let's take you through.
So what's the una can display today na the Civic Fest? What's the name first? Then we know the name.
My name is Mrs. Masakoma. This is my colleague. You get Alima to Jallo, you get Patricia, then you get Daniel. Now we four come. We represent the Precious Minerals Directorate, na National Minerals Agency, na Directorate na National Minerals Agency.
So what's the way una can display today na the Civic Fest?
Where we can display with products and where we the value and exports na the office, because the main function of the Precious Minerals Directorate now for value gold and diamond and for collect government revenue.
Alright, so among the precious diamond, precious minerals, see diamond then I'm a moth because I most of we don't hear but and I will not see it. So when I display anything like a diamond?
Yes, we come with, first of all, we come with the diamonds then.
Okay.
Then we come with the gold. Okay. Then we bring the equipment we associate with all the.
But take with you so the diamonds.
We get this diamond, we have 3 packets there. We get the gem, where inclusive the special stones. All the one are rough diamonds. What we say special stones? Now the stones that we they call them stones because now the diamond language. Now the stones that weigh greater than 10.80. When they're big, we they call them special stone. We get one special stone of 17 carats. And we get smaller stones. But we get, interestingly, we get diamonds then, yeah, we not to gem. What we say gem, now that we they use on jewelries. Then why we they call them industrials. You see them get darker colors. Because we they use them now the machineries them where they now manufacturing industries. By that we mean the machines the way they cut the diamonds into polish. Now then we they use because diamond not only they cut diamond. We not go get other equipment or other mineral where they cut diamond. Now the hardest known mineral on earth. So now only diamond. So now make we they use them while they mill them, then pulverize them, they use them at the machinery for cut the gem diamond.
All right, Madam, plenty thank you for getting you, of course. And we move around, Esther Sako.
We're still there with the National Minerals Agency.
Yes, indeed. Indeed, Fambul. Just as we of course, the Civic Festival. Now, this SLB security on the gear as always. And I know say we take the mic away. For me, kuna see waiting they happen. For you, know the na Miata Civic Center, na you building, na Bookfields na ya. We dey take the mic live. You then I host like no. Waiting on the happiness, Sako.
Exactly so. Well, before we can live, so we get a session inside the Miata Civic Center. Outside them, they take me to waiting at the sites where the government don't make for the Feed Salon initiative. So we they done now outside and they display dancing there. What's on do? what's in the thing where they don't do for ensure say the country go in different segments, either for help the government for big 5 game changers or by any other thing, for education, for tourism, and different things. When family they listen and watch a special program they can say from SLBC, concept the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, as then they na the Miata Civic Center for do the Salon Fest, Civic Fest, and the 2nd edition this way they do. Yes. Well, family, well now we don't then other booths, and this now UNDP them booths. So UNDP.
And again, specifically, so now follow we look at we monuments them. Very important side and way then a salon where don't they create impact. For example, as history can tell we the St. John Maroon Church. Now the Maroons then we become where then show say now other people will become kind of salon. Then be among them can contribute to Sierra Leone history. This is one among the many monuments within there. But follow we know more. Esther Sako, take me to.
Okay, so tell me your name and my name is Marilyn Kamara, and I'm in the project administrator na Unipod. So, family when they watch and listen, don't know what's in this Unipod. You can able to tell what's at this Unipod and what's at the work when they do that salon for more than formula. Okay. So Unipod, the meaning of Unipod na University Innovation Board, where na a UNDP Timbuktu Africa project located at Kobe College, na the office station. Now projects where it over 13 counties in Africa and Sierra Leone are one of them. Yes. So now a physical space where innovators, students, and even will be innovators they can come and get access to training and equipment there. So as you see now, so these are one of the equipments that we'll get at 3D printer. This we get different departments and for up the Unipod. One of them, Dalek, we get the admin lab. That's for short. That's the advanced digital learning. We are in the soft work they go on. Yes. Then can build and design. Then we get the prototyping lab where then they develop, they go now and print some. We get a prototype of that. Then we get the zero waste lab rather. We are in sustainable fashion. We get some state-of-the-art equipment in the machine. We can do embroidery and all of that things. We get mechanical and electrical maker spaces then, where then are the bigger space. So one of the last projects we'll do, because if you see this this digital innovation challenge, we are in, we'll be looking at different monuments in a salon, and we'll describe for digitalize them. Not so everybody gets access for going at them places and they or for able to see them. But if we get a digital form, then we're able to get an idea of waiting in this. So these are one of the participants. We do a 3D model of the Maroon Church, when are one of the oldest church there, that's Sierra Leone, yes. So we get other one again where we do like video documentaries and waiting. Like for example, so Bones Island, then we go and do a documentary of people in there salon, in 1 year and many years, get an idea of that one day. But with that, now if we don't go everything, all the monuments they are, so we're able to preserve them, digitalize them. Even not of we say, picking the way they come, then we're able to say, yes, this time be there and this thing they have.
Alright, so before we left you, we see this machine. Tell me more about this particular machine. What is it about?
Okay, so this one at 3D printer. Okay. It print lots of things there. You just need for send the prompts. Wait till you get an idea print. Like this now one of them. A flower vase this. When you design, you send them, now you go print. You get different kind of things that you print. Where you go print, yes. Okay. It's like a bag.
Alright.
Yes.
Solar bag. Okay.
Again, light inside where students and use them for able to study. Yes, not to just pack, but and able to use them again. Because when you go on at the provinces, you might not get access to proper electricity.
So finally, tell me about welcome to Freetown City.
Okay. This is not just a small section of the city. Yes, now this normal highway I can look at. So just look at key features them and put them by this model. Yes. So like this top part, this way front, you can look at the toll gates. When I keep in area now in the city, where you can salon now, you don't go reach, they're not able to reach. So this is one area. Then
the Salon police, there's a very key. So we capture the NSF and police force, all of that sponsor community.
Oh, plenty thank you. A pleasure to get you. So we move on aside again. Let me know waiting they happen. Well, we don't come again. We see the Salon police. Of course, as you see, we see uniforms. Then earlier this morning, we don't get a lot of messages. We don't they tell you about waiting the Salon police don't they do within the period. So they can say, as you see, senior officers of the Sierra Leone police, and of course we see many senior officers then will go and talk to, and also the former media too, also they with you and Samuel Sayo. Instead of then greetings, pleasure for getting.
Thank you so very much, SLBC. Of course, I want to take this responsibility on behalf of the Inspector General and the Executive Management Board for welcome SLBC to the Saloon Police booth. This booth, now the community-oriented booth, where we showcase with successes. And of course, this now my boss, when at the head of Community Relations Department, Chief Superintendent of Police, Aisha Tafula, and of course, we get Sarah, we now Eastern Police, and at the head of CRD, we now Deputy Superintendent of Police, and of course, we get the head of IT, we now David Bayo, we now Assistant Superintendent of Police. So of course, once more, we are welcome.
Okay, this morning we get message from the Sierra Leone police concerning measures them where the police they put inside this festive season. Take Fambulen to some of the measures them.
Of course, now the usual, we can say traditional message where we assure members of the public say, in as much as this now festive season, if you enjoy, make sure say your enjoyment, you not disturb the next person. You own right, you for enjoy them. But let your own right not can trample on the next person. So we categorize the messages then they. One, we start for say the one them we get the habit for they make noise from people in a net after 10 o'clock. Where the neighbor them, if they accept, no problem. But some man they blast music na net where people in the sleep, that one they lost it, not correct. Driver where they drive, if you check or you take something where go make you not get control of the vehicle, na an offense. We also say anybody where no who say bad day, let you not keep that information there to yourself. Tell the Saloon police. And today, now yeah, we don't see students and they don't come plenty. We don't see different people and don't come at this booth. Then they can ask critical questions. Them say they want for know waiting the Saloon police they do. So the angle where we take now from the strategic development plan 2025 to 2029, and that strategic development plan it range from one, we prioritize areas them public safety and security. We want everybody, including Una, when a journalist, for go sleep with collapse. So now we intensify with patrols, we rate them, and then bad boys them where they make people them they need to enjoy their holiday, finger pocket, jog bag. So they ensure say we do what you call foot patrol, vehicular patrol, static patrol, all for let no more let Mama Saloon safe. The one them where they come and we all they enjoy, then we all enjoy this festive season proper one.
Thank you for getting Samasayo. Pleasure.
Well, Fambul, we continue the program as we still then at the Miata Civic Center. Usai we they talk to Fambul and we don't they part of this Civic Fest. We want to know what's in the can showcase for the Civic Fest and how the Civic Fest they positively impact their work. Well, the booth we don't car now the parliament, and we all know say the parliaments are the body were responsible for make laws them, and that laws they make go either make or break we. So we there right now at the booths they try for talk to a person from parliament, they give we updates on what's in and can showcase for this Civic Fest.
Good afternoon, welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you.
So, family, when they watch this thing, one for no, who that's you?
I'm Shekula Minture, the Director of Parliamentary and Public Relations Department.
Okay. So today on the part of the Civic Fest. First of all, I don't know what's the makeup of the Civic Fest.
Well, it's an opportunity for us we go showcase what the Parliament they do. Now, a very good initiative and strategy we start last year. Bringing ministries, departments and agencies together for showcase what they do for the people of Sierra Leone.
Okay, so as a parliament, what you can showcase today na the Civic Fest?
Well, we can actually use this platform as an opportunity for engage with the citizens, especially so since the parliament is responsible for make law for the peace, security and good governance of the Republic of Sierra Leone. And we can try for showcase to fumble them because of course this is the Speaker's Digest. This they say a lot about all the major legislation that we pass in Parliament. We team building a progressive and inclusive 6th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone. Of course, they see HE, they see the Honorable Speaker. He gets a lot of story. If you read that, it's so enriching and refreshing, and you go know most of the major laws we pass in Parliament. So for the purpose of this, for the period under review, the Parliament of Sierra Leone, by way of legislation, would enact 15 laws, and we can to page 2, you go see some of them laws. Then we get for do, of course, with the most topical Child Rights Act of 2025, where the Parliament don't pass, and most people be there with the view that the Parliament criminalize the Bondo Society. The Parliament not do that. The Parliament not criminalize the Bondo Society. However, the Parliament makes sure that they pass a progressive legislation where go enhance the development and survival of children in the Republic of Sierra Leone. And of course, if you look at some of the agreement the way the Parliament will ratify, in terms of loans and grant now 40, and they don't lay 28 papers. Constitutional instruments, of course, now 1. Statutory instrument now 12. Then of course you get 149 members of Parliament. And the number of plenary sittings so far now 58. Then of course under SO 23, where the members of Parliament can do personal explanation, where devoid of controversies, we don't get 54. And of course, when I know say the Honorable Speaker, we don't talk say committees them for table the report in Parliament. They don't table 25 reports insofar as committees them concerned. Then from January to date, Parliament don't approve 91 presidential nominees.
Okay, 91 presidential nominees. So before the levy finally, we going to see any making of law now today?
We're not going to make law. We're not going to make law now at the chamber, but we go. This is not part of the initiative of taking Parliament to the people. We go explain to the people what's in the role of Parliament and what would they expect of members of Parliament.
All right, plenty. Thank you for getting a pleasure. Of course, so we continue. For giving more updates at the Civic Fest, they continue. Now, specifically, we see many booths them. We see again National Revenue Authority where they say they ensure say they showcase actually waiting NRA don't they do. So specifically, tell me your name, sir.
Yes, so NRA don't do beaucoup things.
Tell me the name first. Let me know what they talk to.
Well, okay. Well, me as Ekelamin, manager of the Public Affairs and Tax Education Units, National Revenue Authority.
Alright, so take with you now. What you NRA don't do?
NRA don't do beaucoup things, especially when it comes to reforms. When are reforms now systems and procedure, especially the top of technology. We will make tax collection or revenue mobilization very seamless and easier. Seeing the way plan go to line and line for. Now, NRA don't make any to line. For instance, we go to call the non-tax payments mobile app. This is an app where we don't establish now the MDA then. The MDA then where they offer services to the people. One, if one go take birth certificates out, you take physical cash, you go pay. But now, with the payment mobile app, you pay through for your birth certificate. You want to go take your ID card, you pay through the app for your ID card. You want to go buy passport form. Instead of go give physical cash, you use the app for pay through. They'll go to the ECR, Electronic Cash Register, we're meant for GST registered business there. This, when you go buy now any GST registered business, a mandatory for me, then give you the GST receipt. Don't you say by law you can ask for GST receipt. Then you go to the customs end. We go to call the Asikuda War. Instead, we don't make clear and forwarding process very easier than the customs angle. They don't reduce that boku paper business because a paperless system we also dey on a web base. Now in it go value you consignments, a declare from there then charge you the required duty for pay. Now boku of them today with time we're not going to make sure all the work there in brief.
So farm go up on what's on the display apart from this machine here. So
yeah, one unique thing on the display, you they see drink, they see alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. One, what's the for? This now one reform we call it the product tracing system. When I tax them, what is the show? This is a show say this drink here and come into the country through a legal way. They not smuggle them. Again, secondly, it prevents any health hazard, meaning they don't authenticate them for say a fine for human consumption. So by law, every product, beverages, non-alcoholic beverages, they all for be stamped. So if you go buy in a shop, you know stamp, you get the right you as buyer for question. Wait minute is not stamp. That shows it's either they smuggle them or you not pay the required tax or duty for pay. They comes inside the country.
So how na the ensure say make the public understand, say then stamp there and then they show say this drink here so now authenticated something.
So we also call check am. If you see under the check am app, and then a phone. The moment you don't download the check am app, you don't open it, you put the scan, and they give you the information of the products, even title, who's the manufacturer. Now they know, yeah.
Thank you for talking to you. Well, family will still continue the tour now the Miata Civic Center. Also, we talk to members of different ministries, departments, and agencies. But waiting and cover can display. So, see me, you don't enjoy the Civic Festival.
Yes, well, the Civic indeed, the Civic Festival don't they go in. One of the things that we don't catch me eye this initial point. Now the gymnastics and all of the sports and other things them where now just a starting point. But we see waiting I slap themselves the showcase for we. As we are there, of course, this is immigration. You know, someone has a uniform now. Greetings, tell you him, sir.
Alain Philip George, being the acting director of corporate Sierra Leone Immigration Department.
Okay, so who's here today? What's one of the showcase now today?
Well, first, I want to tell you now for certain our mandates, then first the immigration. One of the constitutional mandates now for issue passports to we citizens in Sierra Leone. So we get 3 categories of passports where we can issue to people. The first one are the ordinary passports. We get the green cover. We then the universal to every citizen of as long as you are a citizen of Sierra Leone qualify for get them. And also we get the service passports. We are the blue one. We in the for government.
For people that when they watch this.
Now we see the different types of passports there. Indeed.
Yes, so we get this one, this then are the ordinary passports. And this one also, now universal for every citizen of Sierra Leone, as long as you qualify by the provisions of the 1973 Citizenship Act. You forget this one here also. And this one are the service passports. This one, it is for government functionaries, then people who do for government, specifically from grade 7 and above. As long as you do for government, then you get an official assignment for go outside. Then you can apply for this one, service passport, if you get them. And then this one, a diplomatic passport, this one are the red book. This one are for high level government functionaries, then, like the president, the ministers, members of parliament, the paramount chief, etc., they all qualify for get this. And people don't have diplomat there as well, where they go outside of Salon, they go represent the country outside, and then we get this diplomatic passport.
Alright, plenty thank you for getting a pleasure. People will learn a lot about this passport business.
And then one more thing before now go.
Alright, okay.
You know, so also the issue a residence permit. Before this time, have been manual system, but now we don't move digital. And this one they align with one of the pillars now the government big 5 when at technology and infrastructure. So we say they try for help the government for implement that day at your own level. So we don't get a new service provider where now the construct. This construct now they bring the national ID card. So they say don't come and they begin bring the residence permits now. So they don't come, then go launch up this December. They install the equipment there now and they go start full implementation by next year. So now contract in our online application now we don't go digital.
Okay, plenty thank you for getting you. Of course, that's what we continue as that's the movement.
So now we dey move on Fambul with the canal now the goods of the chief minister. As we know say the chief minister now other body where set up for then get different secretariats there. Now the office of the chief minister as then self-care things where they get for display to members of the public as then self they part of this year's Civic Fest. Well, so fam want to know who that we talk to?
Well, me na Alivamila Kamara, me na the communications expert, na the tripartite secretariat. I know say now know what we boot. Yeah, exactly. But first I hand you over to doctor, we will tell you now waiting this boots they bought.
Hello, how are you? So these are the Chief Minister in boots.
No, we know that with
Me na Dr. Edmond Kano. Me na the Chief Minister in Chief Technical Advisor.
Okay. So tell me about the boots. What you can display today at the Civic Festival?
Today, these boots are part of the VIP booth within at this Civic Festival. And we then near the President's office because the Chief Minister and they sit next to the President. And they help the President by work. And they coordinate across all the ministries in Sierra Leone. And that's why they support them. Sometimes they back, and help for talk, but the way they do. And the work the way the President is too busy for do. Sometimes they can select the Chief Minister and Pandwam. So today, we can focus showcase the work the way they do. And we other agencies, the way they work with the Chief Minister for make sure say the presidency will go before. And that's what my brother and I tell you used to say, when they come up from the tripartite committee, when I one of the work, the secretariat rather, when I one of the side where the Chief Minister, they help the president for ensure say we get coordination, we get collapse in this country, fetting up for them, and we do the reforms that we will make sure say the next day we will say we'll get election or we'll get anything we get for do with governance, they will go fine. I know say my brother will go on that detail, but in the whole, the Chief Minister in boots, they try for show the work them where they do, where they support the president.
So what's not the work there where the Chief Minister they help for?
So now one part the work they want to talk about. So if you can one part the thing they want to talk about coordination. So we get plenty ministries, departments and agencies. And somebody they will need for help them people and they work together where the president say that this I want. So now you can bring them all together. Now you can do it with man called facilitation. For ensure say anything the president say it happen. If the president say I want this, I want let ministries they work on certain issues that the man and the Chief Minister and the office that they keep for coordinate and also as you see here the campaign implementation, supervision. So telling them they see the Chief Minister they go from office to office. Now part of the presidency work. We can see something in the infrastructural work them. They can help their work, they can go supervise for ensure say the president's vision is made reality. And also, as you see, they provide political and technical support because the Chief Minister in office, that the technical arm of the presidency, for ensure say always the president wants, they work with the ministries, the departments and agencies for ensure say then they come to pass.
So, no,
yes.
So same for the tripartite.
Can inside the booths. We got plenty for talk points. The tripartite. See down at the recommendations in there wire. That recommendation will make them into infographics as you see them again, just for people to understand the content of the tripartite recommendations them. Now this booklet were also now that you see we transform into infographics for explain them.
So wait, before you tell me what the recommendation, one for know what the tripartite committee about. Because people get different explanation where you get for do it side tripartite. Then believe that tripartite can change government.
Now,
so make it clear.
Now, me what I tell you about the Chief Minister. When I in the chairperson of the tripartite steering committee. Now this committee, they're all busy. They're all are government people. For example, the mayor them, na Fitong, na McKinney, na Bo, na Kenema, na Putloko, they're all dead. The CSOs and then the lawyers and then about 27 with government ministries them. They're all there at that committee there. That committee there now they supervise the tripartite secretariat. The secretariat in work now the operational wing of the steering committee. So all the operational work them now they do and coordinate the activities of the election management bodies them for make them for implement the tripartite recommendation. You go find out say ECSL gets 60 recommendation, ONS gets about 10 recommendation, PPRC gets about 6 recommendation. SWC gets 1, IMC gets 1, Ministry of Youth Affairs gets 1, NCHR gets 3. So they all they implement the recommendations we get for do with it. We all work now for coordinate the implementation of that recommendation. Now the tripartite, what it mean? It mean to say now for put them fine law them plus them fine policies them for make them for work fine by their office the way they deal with elections. The tripartite is not come for change government, not a regime change instrument. No, the tripartite come for make government work fine, for put them fine laws them. We go give government strength, but how we go work by election. It come for make ECSL get them beautiful policies them. We go help them for implement or for conduct election where you no go there, Kuskas no go there, Palava no go there, where we all go gladly for the outcome of the election. So now, to the listening public, I want to make una all know say the tripartite, that's where na carry electoral justice, not for change government. It not come for change government. Rather, It come for help government for work fine. It come for make election to be free and fair. Make election go smooth. Make we all go work fine. Make unity go there. Make gladi go there among the political parties them. But that's make you see all the recommendation are 80 today. So the ultimate is about how the government, about how ECSL, PPRC, ONS, and then other MDSM for able to implement or utilize policies them. We go help them for do their work where they for do.
Alright, in na Alimami Lai Kamara, the communications expert for the Tripartite Steering Committee. Thanks very much, sir. It's a pleasure, Doc. Yes, so they move around, they get a lot to talk to more people. Just as you hear, the office of the presidency also there, but we get yes indeed closer to the chief minister. But we see school picking them also, Sasako.
Because they're very much important.
Yes.
Actually, the civic first, that they understand because they are the members of the public.
Indeed.
So they understand what's in the ministries, departments, and agencies they have.
Then of course, are the legacy then.
Exactly. So if they don't know what's in the ministry and department and agencies, they're going for defend when it comes to anything but the policy.
All right, so specifically, we see two different schools. We see Sierra Leone Grammar School, and also we see St. Joseph Convent. Let we talk to them briefly. As school begins, of course, specifically, we are not run away from SLPC. Now, we all get, of course, we all never take message and education to the people. Specifically, tell me them, sir.
Okay, Kande.
Okay, Kande, first of all, before they talk to you, I see they enjoy the festival. I even see the gym iron before they come there, right?
Well, not to me, really.
Oh, not to you, people, not people. All right, so specifically, how you done the learn from this particular festival, or what's the feeling when in a school picking them day around government offices them around? What's the feeling?
Well, it's good. Okay, but first of all, I go want to say a very big thank you to the Ministry of Information and Department and his team because they've done well to invite schools and colleges to this civic festival. But I've seen a lot like the agricultural produce, the fishing resources and the rock mines. I've seen all of them and I've learned a lot because it's my first time to see a bauxite. Yeah, so I've learned it's brown also. Yeah.
So on that basis, you guys have huge responsibility also to take the message to your fellow pupils, your classmates, etc., etc. How will you ensure that you spread or propagate this particular message to other pupils?
Well, we will give a report and serve as ambassadors to our different schools to make sure we spread this message to our colleagues and other schools as well.
Okay, thanks very much. It's a pleasure.
Well, we still in the Miasa Conference Center, Miasa Civic Center. But right now, the school beginning the show, we say like then English because imagine we ask them they speak English for we. So, madam, can we know your name, please?
My name is Yvonne Conte.
So, Yvonne, what do you make up of the Civic Fest? Is this your first time coming here?
Yes.
So, have you learned anything new?
Yes.
So, what did you learn?
About fishes. It's good to be sharing things about Today, I learned a lot about Sierra Leone. I've learned that we need to improve on the fishes place, the aquarium. We need to improve it because it's not decent for fishes and we're killing them.
Okay, so now that you are part of this Civic Fest, you have a responsibility to tell others about what you learned. How would you ensure you do that?
I will make sure that I pass the message to our assembly or in my class, and I make sure that I pass it in a very good way, not lying about anything.
Okay, so at least viewers, from the music when they come on at the back, the show say enjoyment there for us. So we got the cutting of the program as with the music. A lot of things they've in store in this year Civic Fest, whether for one from today, so the 13th of December.
Yes, indeed, there's so many things there for talk about, but Bamboo, actually the sound, we're not going to get that kind of quality sound we want or do the live broadcast. So we'll take this opportunity for the court. Maybe we will say other booths and there, the office of the president there, the field salon also, and other booths within there. But for this particular moment, just as my company say, we'll do the contents down until later, where SLPC will continue for going a live update for no wasting everything that they happen. I mean, I'm going to see me go, man.
I mean, I start to call the set.